What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Sean. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sean. I do a daily video on something related to nursing. No rhyme or reason, probably not going to change. Today is question time. Want to know what your thoughts are. Old school nurse practitioner here, curious about something. Do you think, should it be mandatory student nurses work the same shifts as their preceptor? Bottom line being, should a student nurse work the full shift? Also, albeit, should they have to work the night shift? Yes or no? Curious about your answer to this one, because when I was a student nurse, way back in the day, when I was a student nurse, we didn't do the crazy shifts. We didn't follow the exact shifts of our preceptor. We had a specific time frame that we were on the floor every day of the week, or depending on what day of the week, you were there from start of the shift, 6 a.m.-ish, 7 a.m.-ish. You did your little pre-conference, then you worked with the nursing staff, and you were there until mid-afternoon, which was like a 2 o'clock time frame, so that you put in either 6 or 8 hours, depending on what your rotation was, and you did that for 3 to 5 times a week. Obviously, it was very different back then. Nowadays, I see a little bit of both. I see some student nurses that actually will hang out for the entire shift, an 8-hour or a 12-hour, depending on who they're with. I can't say that I've ever seen student nurses working like evening, 3p to 11p. I don't work a whole lot of nights these days, so I'm simply asking this question to all the tribe. Are there student nurses out there that actually work nights? A 7p to 7a or an 11p to 7a? Any variety of such. Is it something that should be required, or is it an option that the student nurse can volunteer for? Who the hell would want to volunteer to work nights? You know what I'm saying. Shouldn't they be well prepared for the realities of being a nurse? Granted, there are jobs out there where you're not working the shift, you're not on at the bedside, you're working in the office, you get the Monday through Friday job, but on the whole, the majority, most new nurses who graduate start in some sort of shift worker environment. And lately, most of the jobs out there are working midnights, which sucks. But it's the reality. Should the midnight shift, should the shift work be a requirement for the current generation of student nurses? Inquiring minds want to know. Curious about your thoughts on this one. What have been your experiences, not only as a nurse who's working the work and walking the walk, but what about your previous experience as a student nurse when you were a student nurse? Or if you're precepting students right now, or you're involved in any way, shape, or form, what has been your experience? Curious. I'd like to know. Always want to hear your comments. Drop me a comment down below. Comments are my caffeine. Share this with somebody. And as always, check your own pulse first.